citizens who was arrested by his deputy. He nullified the arrest of a man, Mr. Parrish, who was arrested on a trumped-up dumb gun charge. Possessing a gun. Having a gun in his pocket. His deputy arrested him, took him to jail. Sheriff Nick Finch went down to the jail and released the man. Saw that he had problems with what the deputy did. Told the deputy, don't do that again. You see the enforcement of the laws, how they get enforced, and how you have a good, honest, constitutional sheriff who nullifies the arrest. Sheriff Finch had only been in office 3 months. He kind of upset the good old boy structure of that department. And some of them started complaining, and some of the deputies started backstabbing and talking about murmuring and talking about the sheriff. Said, he can't do that. I arrested a man. It was a good arrest. So they contacted the state police, the Federal Department of Law Enforcement. And the Federal Department of Law Enforcement investigated the situation and arrested the sheriff. And then the governor came in. And he suspended the sheriff and removed him from office and suspended him without pay. And now this good constitutional sheriff has no money to take care of his family. And the sheriff is leaving tomorrow with his special needs daughter that qualified and received a wish from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So you know how bad off she is. And he's going, of course, Make-A-Wish is paying for that, and she's going out to San Diego to receive her wish. And I told Sheriff Finch that we would raise him some money so that he could take care of his family and pay for his lawyers. The state has already come in and offered him a deal. If he'll guarantee that he will leave office and not come back, they will drop all criminal charges. He told them to go to hell.
That's right.
Okay?
That's what we need.
Now, before you leave here tonight, I don't care what you donate. Donate what you can. Leave it over on my table right here. The man with the sign is right at my table. Wave your sign. Yes, that one. Yes. Yeah, wait. That's where it is. The guy with the sign. Come over there and leave a donation for Sheriff Finch. If you want to write him a check, make it to Sheriff Finch. Whatever you leave, I will take to him because we're having a rally for him and a fundraiser for him on August 24th. 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Be a part of helping a man who stood and did the right thing. We have sheriffs that are doing these sort of things all over the country, but nobody got arrested, and now he has. We have Sheriff Brad Rogers in Elkhart, Indiana. And you know what he did? He told the FDA, the federal government, agents of the FDA, he told them if they came back in his county to harass the Amish farmer there that didn't like to, the Amish won't, they're such criminals. You see? They think that they can milk cows out on their land and bring them in and then sell that product without pasteurizing it. See, these criminals, if you let them go, they're probably going to own guns next. And you just can't let these criminals do these sort of things. And so the Federal Department of Agriculture, FDA, comes in, and Federal Drug Administration, comes after him. Department of Agriculture went after the Amish farmer in Wisconsin, and I'm helping him too. And Sheriff Rogers finally got involved in it, and he told the FDA, if you come back in my county without a duly signed warrant and probable cause, I'll arrest you for trespassing. Now that's what I call sheriff nullification.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what we're talking about. And I'm telling you right now that there isn't anybody in public service in your county or in your state that shouldn't put freedom and the Bill of Rights first. There is no law. There is no statute. There is no bureaucratic policy that supersedes the untouchables, that supersedes the Bill of Rights, that supersedes the principles of freedom that we all promised that we would uphold, defend, protect, and preserve as Americans, as New Yorkers, and as lovers of freedom and liberty. We must stand by that and put that first. I sued the Clinton administration on that very principle. You know, when you talk about suing the Clinton administration, you have to know and understand. I was the only person in history to sue Bill Clinton on a non-sexual matter. You know? Yes. We have so much more work to do. And I'll close with this. I actually wrote a book called The County Sheriff, America's Last Hope. What if it's true? What if you looked at your local officials here, all of them, peace officers, deputies, sheriffs, county commissioners, and asked them to say this one thing? You have the chance to stand for liberty. Tell me what you're going to do with that chance. Put it in first person and tell me. I have the chance to stand for liberty, but I chose not to. Do you want that being your legacy from somebody who promised in Clinton County, promised in solemn oath that they would uphold, protect, and preserve and obey the United States Constitution? In this book, I ask the question on the first page from Thomas Jefferson: when all government shall be drawn to Washington as the center of all power, it will render powerless the checks provided and become as venal and oppressive as the government from which we separated. End quote. The question you must ask is, what happens when government becomes venal and oppressive? To whom can you turn for peace, safety, and liberty, if not the very officials that you've hired within your own hometowns who swore that sacred oath? We take America back one county at a time, one sheriff at a time, and one hometown where people work with local officials and stand firmly in the holy cause of liberty. I'd like to close with one other thing. When I was a rookie cop, I went to a training seminar for peace officers, and the title of the training seminar that I went to when I was a rookie cop was The Constitution for Law Enforcement Officers. And the